Boom, 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 boom. What up, Greg?
You had a good little groove going there. Keep going.
Boom, 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 boom. Don't mock me.
I wasn't. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Good. Exhausted. Two of my bands played at a party last night. I got home at about 4. So I got up at 7 yesterday morning. It was just go all day. So I was at the reserve all day, and then that immediately after. So tore down gear at 3 this morning. Got home at 4. Just boom.
Oh, dude, how many bands are you in?
3 right now.
Good night.
None of them play very often, so it's not that difficult to keep up with.
Oh, okay. How many gigs do you have a month?
Like it's maybe like 2 every 3 months is about the average, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of them, the 2 of them that we're playing last night, it's kind of more just for fun than anything else. So we don't go out looking for gigs that often.
Oh,
The one I'm in that's most active is a jug band. I play bass in a jug band, and we play. That group probably plays like 8 to 10 shows a year.
wow. That's cool. A jug band.
Yep.
Is that like somebody really is on a jug?
Yep, that's kind of like the ideally you're supposed to have at least one jug player, which we do. The lead guy's a jug player, and then it's I mean it's a lot of like folk and Americana type stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
How rad.
there's always bonus points for improvised instruments, which one of the guys is really good at.
Hey, you can't have bonus points also. That's my thing.
Well, there's a separate bank of bonus points. This is not
Oh,
not taking anything away from the on the hook bonus points. So.
thank you. We got copyright on bonus points.
Right.
Julie, Suzanne, what's up?
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. You guys ready to knock it out of the park?
Sure.
I'm barely awake, so I'm going to be bad at this today.
You showed up. You already won.
Yep. You're 80% there. Awesome. Hold on. Just let me make sure things are going well here. And you got the live stream going.
Sure.
Oh, all right. The live stream is going. It is off the hook or on the hook. All right. Well, today we are doing hip hop harp. So using the beat provided, create 1 or 2 tracks using a harp VST to fill out a hip hop vibe track. You can add other instruments if you want. You can change the BPM if you want. Feel free to chop up the groove and arrange it the way you want. And bonus points for some type of choir instrument into it. Yeah, weird. This is going to be weird, guys.
Awesome.
So here's if you want just the tops or the first half, and then kind of comes in on the second half, you gotta chop this up and arrange it however you want. Just download it like this. Our friend from England was saying he wasn't able to get this button to download. Are you guys having any issue downloading this?
I just downloaded it.
Works fine for me.
All right. Does anyone have any questions?
Can you put that in the chat? Because I still can't sign in.
Oh, what's going on?
And what's weird is I signed in on my phone earlier today.
I can barely hear you.
Hang on. I signed in on my phone earlier today.
Uh-huh.
But now the password I thought I used before doesn't work, and I can't sign in on the computer. So I need to reset my password, but I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if you could put that thing in the chat like you did last week, that would rock. Sorry. Troublemaker this morning.
I know, right? Let's see. Trying to figure out how to do that. Here we go. All right, so just take this beat and go to town. The BPM on this, I don't know what it is, but it's slow. You can figure it out, right, guys? Remember MP3s, because these are rendered as MP3s, the way my DAW renders MP3s, there's always a little bit of space at the beginning. You got to kind of adjust it a little bit to where it starts. It's just the way mine does it. I don't know why. I guess that's it. Anybody else? All right. See you at the top of the hour then. All right. Bye. I'm going to stay on and just stream what I'm doing for anybody that wants to watch me on YouTube or the replays.
Maybe next time when I'm more awake for a challenge, I'll have your stream going at the same time I'm trying to work. And then
That sounds awful, actually.
it really does. All right, see you in an hour.
Yeah, buddy. All right. This is going to be crazy, crazy, crazy. And load up my hip hop harp. My hip hop harp. And get this thing rolling. All right. So I got to put this and stream it to Zoom. But before I do that, I need to put this on. Just share it. And we're going to share this and share sound. Okay. And we're going to put it on stereo. All right. I hope this has a stereo feel to it for anybody watching. If you are watching and I am live and you are checking this out, say hi. I'll see your note. And if you have any questions or anything, let me know. And I'm going to get started here. All right. All right, so I'm going to add, I need a harp VST first and foremost. And I was looking around in Omnisphere and I noticed that there's not much of a harp. The harps in here are all kind of integrated into other things, but let's see. Harpsy chords. Yeah. That's not fun. So let's do something else. Let's minimize Omnisphere and let's do something different here. Well, let's start with Ableton. Let's see what they have any harps in Ableton. Collision, guitar, tube harp. No. That might work. Basic flanged harp. Let me take some reverb off of that. Yeah, I like that. Let's do something like that. All right, let's see what happened here. Let's do this. And let's combine that and we're gonna quantize that. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum-bum. Boom. Bum, 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 bum. So that's what I want. Ba, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum. Mm-mm. Okay. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Ba, 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 bum, bum. All righty. Get rid of that. Oh, 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 oh. All right, here we go. Okay. And now we are going to expand this out. This is my top. trying to find strings here. I want short little bursts like bing, hey, 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 that kind of thing. So maybe in splice, maybe like string staccata, spaccata. Maybe that's not a word. String staccata, staccata. What does that sound like?
Another orchestra tutorial.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's try to look for that. Staccata. Blum, blum, blum. Yeah. Maybe I can. Let's try that. And let's grab a simpler tool. And let's drop that in here. Okay. All right, let's see here. I'm rendering it down now. And let's see here. Edit playlist. Hip Hop Harp. Hip Hop Harp. All right. Save. And I'm going to upload it now. Hip Hop Harp V1. I learned that what did I learn? I learned that I have a very old school idea of what hip hop is. That is what I've learned.
Hey, I'm going to drop this link in the chat again since I'm still challenged.
Okay, no worries. All right. While we're waiting for other people to come on, I am going to go get a drink of water. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Okay. Julie.
Thank you for no odd meter this week. I don't know why that just totally fried my brain last time.
Did it?
I just don't count to 7, apparently. Lucky or not.
Oh, you're talking about compared to last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was hard. Seriously hard. You've got a cool halo above your head.
The headphones do that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is kind of cool. I was going to say at first, I was like, damn, you've got a nice kitchen. And I'm like, wait a second.
It's
You're
a
an
nice
artist.
Zoom, a nice Zoom kitchen. Here, wait, let's hang on. I'll do the honest. The last time I had a gig and then the teaching stuff and there's, the green screen's down and this is what it really looks like, but this is more fun.
Actually, that wasn't bad either. Not bad at all. Well, where is everybody?
I don't know.
What the heck, man? Just a heads up, I've been working on a way in which after you plug in your music into here, or after you've uploaded it, and it will automatically create a social media post that says, hey, this is what I did today. I started with these tracks and this is what I was assigned, and then it plays a little bit and it'll create all that for you on the back end, and then you just post it. Yeah, it's really hard. It's been taking some programming to figure out how to do it, but I think it would be fun to be able to just have that after each time we do a game, and then you could just, if you want to, then you could share it and say, hey, check out what we do.
You had someone do it, or you're a programmer?
I'm doing it, but I may have to hire a little bit of coding for some of it because there's part of it I can't figure it out.
Sort of like I did my own website and even figured out how to change some things in all the little language, but I don't really know what I'm doing.
Right. Same kind of thing. I'm not really a coder, but I'm a good pretender. Is that count?
Hey, anything goes in 2022.
That's right.
If you can fool everybody else, isn't that the same as getting it right?
I should be in politics. All right. Fuck that. I don't want to be in politics. Okay. We're back. Let's check out what we got here. So, Julie sent me hers. Suzanne's working on getting hers uploaded, I can tell. So we're going to start with Greg. Here we go. Very nice, man. Well done.
Thanks.
I love your mix. Your mix sounds really rich and full, and your low end sounds really good on there. What did you do as far as to the beat?
I bumped. So I bumped the beat itself around 60 hertz, and then added a high shelf starting around 4K, I think. Up maybe a couple decibels in each case. That low and the VSTs, there's the chorus and then 3 copies of the same harp VST, just play differently, EQ differently. So that low part, that low harp is, let's see, I've got a low pass on that, so most of the high end is just cut entirely out of that, and then it's got a bump around 120 hertz. Then the whole thing, I slapped ozone on the master and boosted everything. I want to say between like 60 and 200, just a little bit to bring out all that low end. So
sounds really
there's a little compression on there too, which helps.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So where did you get the harps, and what was your thinking behind it?
I initially went Googling for free harp VSTs, and then remembered I have String Studio, which is by Applied Acoustics. They do all of their instruments are sort of models of real world things you could do. So they have a harp in their String Studio VST, and yeah, you have a lot of tweakability with the sound itself. You can adjust like the attack on the strings and the tension on the strings and that kind of thing. None of which I did. I guess I'm just rambling about how much I like their stuff.
Nice. Well, cool. What did you have any did you run into any issues, or did you
I wanted to use Alter Boy on some of this, but for some reason it's really weird. Alter Boy in Bitwig does this thing where Alter Boy is just a pitch shifter from Sound Toys, and it's just got a knob where you can go up 12 or up to 12 or down to 12 semitones. And for some reason in Bitwig, instead of that control doing what you tell it to, it follows the pitch changes in the track, or tries to. And so it simply doesn't work the way it's supposed to. I have no idea why. And I had forgotten that was the case because I hadn't tried to use it in ages. So it's really strange.
Interesting.
I had to kind of work around that.
Yeah. What did you use for your choirs?
That was, let's see if I still have it up here. That's just a preset in Bitwig called Kurasu Droid Oz. And then it's got phase mistress on there to give it some flavor.
Okay. Cool, man. Awesome. What would you do if you had more time?
Definitely figure out the Altered Boy thing, because there are a couple of spots here where doubling some of this an octave down would sound really cool. And kind of flesh out all the parts. There's that one little looping harp part that could use a little change up here and there. And play with the beat more, because I like the way it sounds overall.
Awesome. Well done, man. Anybody else have any comment for him?
Super cool. Really liked the vibe and even the arrangement and the writing of it. I just think it's super cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't know how hip hoppy it sounds, but it's got enough of the vibe that you kind of get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't work in hip hop like ever. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll just
I don't either.
to sound hip hoppy.
I don't either. It's hard for me. I need to study a little more hip hop. So, all right, cool. Thanks so much. All right, Julie, let's check yours out here. Very cool. That sounds almost like an Asian type harp or something.
It's the Native Instruments has this Yonquin
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, it's that.
Oh, okay.
I never used it before. I'm like, plucked string. It's sort of like a harp.
Yeah, it counts. We'll give you 32 points for that. Not 33 though. Not 33. And then the choir was what did you use for that?
That was, let me get my mouse to work. That was an arcade thing. And I already printed it, so now I have to go looking. It is Distant Voices, Skeptical.
skeptical.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
From Arcade.
It was cool. I liked how you dropped the beat and just kind of had that kind of coming in. It was ear catching. It just like, ooh, something's happening here, you know.
That's when the hip hop battle was going to start. They're very like medieval hip hop artists.
Thou shalt pull thine sword against thy, yeah. All right. Well, cool. What were your challenges on this?
I don't know. Again, with time, like I wanted to put some more little catchy things. Like I would have liked to have made it longer or have some more sections, but there was 5 minutes left. The alarm went off right when I was putting in the whoop. So that was it. One whoop. That's all you
I
get.
like that you ramped up the timing of the drums at the beginning. That was cool. Just you know.
Yeah, that took some lining up and stuff. I had to reverse it and wind it down and then reverse it again. And then it was, I don't know.
Oh, that was really interesting. I liked it. That's what I love about this is that you guys are just pulling out the stops, you know, just trying things. And that's the whole point here is you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I knew how to do that. Oh, I forgot I had that sound. Oh, I forgot these two instruments together makes this cool vibe. I forgot, you know, I love that so much. Anyway, cool. Anything else? You guys want to say anything about it?
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting and cool that like it starts out like in a major and then the choir comes in and just like evils it up. It's pretty cool. I like it.
That is cool. Well done.
It's that Eastern scale with the thing you can.
Yeah. If you had had more time, what would you have done?
Just added more sections and probably spit out a bad cadence because I'm a rapper and
Mhm.
the good old middle-aged white chick.
You just
Midwest
thrown
rap.
down.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, cool. Thanks for sharing it. I loved it. All right, Suzanne, let's check out yours. That was so cool. You have a bass line thing that goes right here. Like that is cool. It's real subtle, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
I love your sound design in here. It sounds very underwater. It's got a little bit of that record scratch. But the whole thing sounds very like low pass, you know, like you've cut out some of those highs, and it's vibey and it's so different. This is the kind of thing that like I listen to a lot of instrumental stuff just in the background when I'm working, and this is the kind of thing I would favorite right there. It's so cool. It's so different and vibey and just chill. I like that you slowed it down. Did you slowed it down, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I think that is so cool. And somebody was talking about a horror movie or a National Geographic underwater sequence. That's funny. But totally. I mean, it could fit a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Tell us about the instruments you used.
I just got the Epic Choir from Spitfire. It's only like $29, and it has some really cool articulations and things. So that's why it sounds like a movie, because Spitfire, everything just sounds like soundtrack epic.
Yeah.
And then use Isotopes vinyl for the background, for the little scratchy stuff. And then the harp was from BB Symphony Orchestra. I had a free plugin actually called Ethereal Harps or something like that. I know it is there, but it's not working, or it's not showing up in Ableton for some reason. So I was like, oh, I gotta find a harp somewhere else. And again, Spitfire comes through. I've just been really gravitating to like everything Spitfire.
Really?
I'm a Spitfire fangirl.
And hey, speaking of Spitfire, Nick's producer group that met the hour before this, there was did you see some contest with Bridgerton with them? You can win like $25,000 worth of their stuff. Okay, just FYI.
I did. I will have to buy like 3 extra hard drives to hold all of it. It'd be amazing.
It's a good problem.
Sacrifice worth it.
Yeah, totally. Oh, and then the bass, I think, is an Ableton stock. Let me just basic electric drive.
Did you write the bass line?
Yeah.
That is so cool. Are you a bassist? What is up?
You know, that's the one instrument that I could, because it's I'm a pianist and a violinist, but I can hold down on a bass because it's similarly stringed to a violin. And I'm a pretty heavy-handed left hand, like I go hard on the left hand on the piano. So that could be the next instrument I properly pick up. Like I could fool around with it, but I think I could be a solid bassist.
Yeah. You got a buddy. You got a bass buddy here too. Greg's a bassist.
Oh yeah? Oh cool. Cool. Yeah.
And Greg, you look like a bassist, by the way. You have that bassist.
Take that back.
Do I look like a bassist? I should look like a bassist.
But
you're
dang good. I just love that little thing you added in there. It's so subtle. The dun, 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 dun. That was just, it's unexpected and it's really nice. So
cool. Thank you.
Very cool, guy. Very cool, Suzanne. Thank you. Does anybody do any of the other guys have anything to say about it, or want to jump in before we?
I will at least comment, like for the question, like what I would do if I had a little more time. I think that whole last section, I think I'd arrange it a little differently to have a little more motion and build, because right now it's just like choir, and I think I'd like to have choir, like I'd like to
more dynamics in it or something.
Put a little more dynamics and a little different arrangement.
Movement.
I think what you just did with the word choir should be a sample in there somewhere.
Just get the mic out. Yeah.
Suzanne, this is true not just for this one, but for everything I've heard you do here. You always have so much variety and movement throughout these little, 30-second to minute and a half segments. And that's something that I aspire to. So you're setting a good example for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've got chops. All of you got chops though in every area. I mean, you guys blow me away every week. I'm like, oh, I get inspired by your ideas that you come up with. I love this. I love this so much.
I like the difficulty too. I want to add one to mine is like the time constraint for me. Like I'm like a musical tea bag. Like I got to do the thing, bounce the thing, walk away for like 20 hours, listen, go to sleep, and then I'll have ideas when I wake up.
Yes. Yep.
Same. Yeah, it takes me like a month to do 10 hours of work on a song because it's here and there.
Yes. I'm the same way, guys. And you can, one of the things I like about this is that I don't get the opportunity to really enjoy what I just did because I've got to move on. Because when I'm producing, I'll find some little tidbit that I did. I'm like, ooh, that's so cool. And I just listen to it over and over again. And then I get stuck in that. And now I can't think outside of it anymore because I'm just locked into that. And this is like, no, I don't have time to enjoy it right now. Move on, do the next part. So I realized wait, I want to make sure that we finished up with Suzanne. Does anybody have anything else? Oh, what would you do more if you had more time? The choir thing, is that what you said?
Yeah, the last half of the section, I think I'd have a little bit of a different arrangement,
Okay.
a little more movement. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I hope you continue this one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I hope you do that. And the sample I used for the drums, I actually grabbed a splice sample and I just pulled the beat out of it and put it to new samples. So it's a fresh sample. You could use it. In other words, it's
Ooh.
not from splice because I just pulled the rhythm from it and then made my own. But usually drums are not that big of a deal to use a sample of, but I think you should continue on with that. I think it's really cool. It's got a great vibe to it.
Thanks.
All right. So I realized when I was doing this that I have a very 90s, early 2000s understanding of hip hop. And so, yeah, that needs to be addressed at some point, but not today. Been spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. That's what it totally sounds like. I did not mean that to happen, but as I was going, I'm like, oh my God, this is gangster's paradise.
I assumed that was intentional because it's
Not at all.
right there.
I was seeing, is it Michelle Pfeiffer? Who was the chick that did the Teacher movie? Anyway.
Yeah, so it just went that way. So if I ever continued this, I need to really change it towards something a little more original, but I had a lot of fun. So I used the harp. I realized in Omnisphere that there's no real harps in there. There's harpsichords, there's all kinds of harpy thingies, but like no just simple harps. And maybe I'm wrong, but I could not find anything. So I which is really unusual because Omnisphere is like gigantic. And so I actually used an Ableton harp. I found one in Ableton called a flanger harp. So it's got a little bit of weird flange in it. And then I added a little decapitator to it to kind of grid it up just a little bit. So that was that main instrument here. What else to do? So I have a sub bass that's kind of just carrying the notes. Not there. Right in there, that's got a sub bass. And then I bring in sort of a growly bass. I think somebody commented on that. The talked boxy thing. Is that what you're referring to? That, yeah. That thing there. And so that was actually my first bass, but then I realized it had too much movement. So I wanted to use it more as an effect. So I used the sub bass as the main bass and then use that as the sort of the growl. I added this really light, it's another harp actually, that's going da, 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 put it way off in the distance. That's kind of, it's just really reverbed out, just as sort of, it's almost like a pad, like a moving pad. And what else did I do? Oh, I added strings. So I wanted those staccato strings, but I didn't want to open my like string library, which is enormous and takes up so much CPU. I use Audio Brothers. LA scoring strings is what I have, and it's just giant, and I hate opening that thing. It's just such a colossal program. So I actually grabbed Splice and found a little just a little string, like staccato string sample, and I pulled it into simpler and then tuned it and just made some notes so real quick, and it was actually a lot faster than I thought. It gives that dun dun, which are like half notes, I think. 1, 2, 3, yeah, or maybe quarter notes, I don't know. And oh, the choir I used actually for that I did use Omnisphere. They have a bunch of great choirs. I think it's like a boys choir or something, just oh. And then I add a little bit of a swell throughout it, like a cymbal swell at certain parts. Just that's one thing I would recommend for you guys is have a little library of swells, either like white noise swells, cymbal swells, just a folder of them that you can, anytime you're working on something, you can just grab and throw in. It really, even when you're doing a demo, it really brings the whole thing together, because it helps those transitions in the hype level, going up or down. So it's, I want to make, I'm just talking about it. I use them a lot, but I don't have them handy, and I want to make them handy so that they're right there. I just can quickly grab stuff out of a folder and just drop them in. You could always, of course, program them, like program a note that's white noise and then run a filter over it. But that takes a few more steps. And it'd be nice to just have 4 or 5 of them ready, that, because it's not, they don't really need to be tuned, right? They just need to be, just give that transitional feeling to it. So I think that's about it on this one. That was fun. I had a really good time with this one. Suzanne says, I think this is the only one out of all of us that really doubled down on the hip hop vibe. Yeah, but it's dated hip hop, so I don't know if it really counts, but thank you. I'm a queen of reinventing the same wheel.
Yep, I keep redo it. That filter sweep every time. The other day I got frustrated and just went, and that was it, and it worked. Guess what?
Wow. You just did it with your voice?
Yeah, I'm like, I just want it to be, and I'm like, hey, stupid, you got a microphone.
I've never done that. I've never made a sweep with my voice. That's cool. There's also, if you search for risers, that's another term for it. Risers or swells. So swells are usually a sound that's just being filtered. A riser is usually a note that's going up or down. So it's like, it'll be like a tone. And so sometimes you have to start from a certain note and end on a certain note, depending on what you want to do. Risers are typically used a lot more for EDM stuff, but sometimes they can be used for other things. Cool. Guys, it's 11:30. Boom, we did it. Yay.
Amazing stuff.
All right. Thanks for joining me. That was a lot of fun.
See
I
you.
will.
Thanks, Sam. This was awesome as always.
Awesome.
Always.
Thank you guys. Thanks for being here. And I will talk to you next week.